Who's that?
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. This is my Center of Operations, my desk.
Yes.
Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook.
Okay. Me and my ADHD. I'm like, da 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 da. Anyways, Shallow. I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and start playing the Castle of Malloy because, well, I'm into start playing in March because, you know, like St. Patrick's Day and just spring, and I'm stuck on the White Wolf of Icicle Creek. That's what it's called. Yes, yes, yes. Stuck on it. On Fox and Geese.
When Kyler Mallory called me from her home in London and asked me to be her maid of honor, I was a little reluctant. After all, I hadn't seen her since she stayed with us as an exchange student a couple of years ago. But when she told me the wedding is going to take place at an old family castle in Ireland, how could I say no? The wedding will be very small, but Kyler still needs help with all the final preparations, which means she'd like me to arrive several days early. So I'm going to fly to Dublin, rent a car, and meet Kyler at Castle Malloy. She warned me that the place is somewhat in need of repairs, whatever that means. And unfortunately, by the time I get there, it'll be night. But I've never been to Ireland before, and I've never even seen a real honest-to-goodness castle, let alone stayed in one. So the fact that it may be dark and run down just makes it more of an adventure. And you know me, whenever the question is who wants to go on an adventure, my answer is always, I do.
All puns intended. Okay, so I love that they like put the Celtic knots here. And this, I've been to Ireland. I did a study abroad, and this picture reminds me of the cliffs of Moher and the cemeteries. And there is a lot of castles and stuff. It's very rich in history. Unfortunately, a lot of rundown castles because of finances and things. But it is so beautiful, so green. The opposite of what Arizona is. I do think it is strange that she's like, oh, we were made of honor. Like, maybe she doesn't have a lot of friends, or maybe there's something going on that she's like, hey, Nancy. Dublin is the main place. Kyler Tegan. 1st of June. Baylor, Ireland. I'll have to look that up. Also, I feel bad because I'm like, oh, she looks so. It also depends on where in Ireland, because Ireland, there's Ireland, and then the like northern part of Ireland, Northern Ireland, is considered part of the United Kingdom. So let's go. I'm always junior detective. Yes.
In preparation for our landing, please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened. Thank you.
Is a long flight.
So your plane was on time, your luggage arrived, your rental car was waiting, everything went without a hitch?
Yep, and according to Kyler's directions, I'm within 2 kilometers of Castle Malloy. Now stop worrying about me and get over to the Dunhills. What time is it there?
Around 2. The party just started. It's gonna go all day, so I've got plenty of time. Are you driving?
Yes, Ned, I'm talking on my cell phone while I'm driving, but it's okay. There's absolutely no traffic. And I think I see the gates. I gotta go. Say hi to the Dunhills for me and have fun.
Without you? Yeah, right. Take care, Nancy.
Oh, no!
That was scary. And also, how nerve-wracking that you just played.
What was that?
Oh, I'm so used to doing WASD that I'm like, okay, so very beautiful. It's kind of, oh, not creepy. That looks like a voodoo doll, if you ask me. And a clodagh ring. I should wear mine. I'll have to put all my stuff on. I didn't think about it. She. Okay, my sister's so good at these, and I'm not. Anyways. Well, I already found a puzzle. Oh, look, a little decoupage. Can I move anywhere else? Well, I was almost there when some creepy banshee came. I can't see. Help me. Please don't open my mouth. There. Ooh, not creepy.
Oh, hello. I'm Nancy Drew. I'm here for the wedding.
The wedding's been called off, so go on back to where you come from.
No, wait, please. My car's in the ditch by the gate. I can't go anywhere.
Walk down the road to the inn then. Give me your keys and I'll see to your car in the morning.
I left the keys in the car. Can I at least talk to Kyler?
She's sleeping.
No, wait. I came all the way from the States.
You cannot stay here. Go to the inn, I said. Now off with you.
But I've been to the inn. They don't have any rooms. I've got to stay here. Hello? Are you there? Hello?
I don't know. I didn't finish.
Kyler, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Still have to do that.
Can't I, like, use my phone? Hello? A raggedy old woman? Goodness. Just gonna break a window. Never ending pile.
Uh-oh.
She's just like, hi.
Deaf are you now? I told you cannot be staying here.
Joel, what are you doing? That's Nancy Drew, my maid of honor. Let her in.
Thanks.
Matt's disappeared? How can somebody you came all the way out here with to marry just disappear?
He hasn't disappeared for good. You have to understand, Matt's a bit of a prankster, and the wedding is still days away.
You mean the wedding hasn't been called off?
Absolutely not. He'll show up. Mind you, it may not be till I've started down the aisle, but he'll show, saying he just wanted to make this a wedding no one shall ever forget.
Why did that man at the door tell me the wedding was off?
That was the caretaker, Donald Delaney. Not Donald, mind you. There's no D at the end, so it's pronounced Donal. That's the way you're supposed to spell it, which is to say that's the way the Irish spell it.
Proud of his heritage, huh?
Indeed. Which would be tolerable if his love for the Irish wasn't accompanied by an abiding distaste for the British. Now, he rather likes me, but that's only because he considers me to be Irish, since I'm directly related to the man who used to own this place. When it comes to my British fiancé, Donald detests him, which is why he was so quick to tell you the wedding's off. He wants it to be off. He came right out and said if I am to be married in Castle Malloy, it simply must be to an Irishman. Said my marrying a Brit would upset the fairy people, or whatever he calls them.
It's a real thing. Also, if someone is pranking you, like, I don't know, she's very calm. I would be pissed if my husband...
You sure
did
the
that.
wedding shouldn't at least be postponed?
I'm telling you, he'll show. You see, sometimes I hear him. You know, his voice. It's very faint and muffled, but it sounds like he's calling to me, saying things I can't quite make out, teasing me, the lout. So I know he's somewhere close by. He'll be here for the wedding. I'd stake my life on it. Of course, I remember well your penchant for solving mysteries. So if you want to give this one a go, by all means do. You could start in the nursery. It's down the hall. That's where Matt had set up his cot and was spending most of his time. Find him, Nancy.
Creepy.
Having my maid of honor ruin this silly vanishing trick of his would teach him a lesson he sorely needs.
Someone ran out in front of my car on my way here and caused me to drive into a ditch.
Are you all right?
Me,
Oh, yeah?
I'm fine. My car and my cell phone, not so good. And I'm pretty sure whomever I saw dropped this. Looks like some kind of homemade doll.
The clothes. It looks like Matt. And that's his ring. What did the person who dropped this look like?
I didn't really get a good look. It was dark and I was distracted and it moved so fast. Frankly, I'm not even sure if what I saw was a person.
Denal, the caretaker. When we realized Matt was gone, straight away Denal claimed Matt had been kidnapped by fairies. Which is, of course, utterly ridiculous.
No,
It was
not.
probably Matt himself you saw, tricked out in some costume and leaving that doll behind just to confound us. Well, I do hope he's enjoying himself, because as soon as we're married, that will be that. No more practical jokes. Ever.
When you said you sometimes hear Matt, where are you when that happens? In here?
Gonna go well.
In here, in the nursery, sometimes outside. His voice is always very muffled and very, very faint, so I can never tell where it's coming from or what he's saying. But it's Matt, I'm sure of it.
And you've looked all over for him?
I'm
When
just
it became
really
apparent he
concerned
was
about
missing,
this
we
relationship.
searched everywhere, for hours. We were afraid he'd gone wading and drowned or something, or wandered into the bog, or gotten lost out on the
There's
moor.
bog.
But we found no footprints, no clothes lying around, nothing. So when I heard his voice,
Wow.
it dawned on me he was playing one of his outlandish pranks. I was furious with him, but truth be told, it was also a bit of a relief.
Does it bother you to be here all by yourself?
Actually, Matt's best friend Kit Foley is here too. He set up a cot in the great hall downstairs.
When did he arrive?
We all came out together.
Where does Mr. Delaney live?
All I know is he comes at dawn and leaves at sunset. I can't fathom what he does all day, but he always seems to be puttering away at something. When he's not working, he spends most of his time down the road at the Screaming Banshee Inn.
How long has he been the caretaker?
I don't know that either. A long time, I should imagine, seeing as he more or less came with Grandpapa's estate. I should let him go. All he ever talks about are banshees and fairies and leprechauns. And he can be quite obstinate, as you saw at the door. But if Grandpapa saw fit to put up with him all those years, I suppose I can too.
What are you doing in here, if you don't mind my asking?
Reading. About myself, in a way. You see, until my grandpapa died and left me this place, not only did I have no idea that this castle existed, but I had no idea my real name was not Mallory, but Malloy. Apparently, Grandpapa changed his name 50 years ago, so no one would find out he was Irish.
Already am.
That's not worth it.
You're so silly.
No.
Okay, babe. So this,
Don't talk to me with your
I'm,
strong
I just use a normal voice. I almost said normal face. Okay,
What a fake laugh. Go on.
you're something else. This is my point.
Very fake.
So she's from England, but apparently is Irish, and her fiance has disappeared.
Why do you say it?
To be dramatic, you know how I like to be.
Oh
Anyways,
my gosh, stop.
she's like, the wedding is a few days away, and she's like, oh, he's just pulling a prank on me. And she's all chill about it. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, it sounds like something you would like to do. Talking about you. But I would be furious. Anyways.
Why didn't he want people to find out he was Irish?
I think it had
Problem.
something to do with his brother, Brendan, the man who owned this place and was living here when it exploded during World War II. He was rumored to have been a double agent, supposedly doing top-secret research for the Allies, but in truth passing his findings on to the Axis. Not
It's a hard
exactly a
life.
brother you want people to know about.
If the rumors were true.
Anyway, ever since I found out I'm a Malloy, I can't stop reading about Ireland. So many different people have populated this country at one time or another.
True.
The Celts, the Druids, the Gaels. It's all quite fascinating.
Have you come across anything in here that indicates whose side your great-uncle was really on?
No, and if he was half as smart as he was reputed to be, I highly doubt I ever shall. He was quite the inventor, I do know that. Everything that remains in this place seems as if it's been tinkered with. Even his daughter's dollhouse, of all things.
I'd better get to work.
The 5 months I spent living with you, your dad, and Hannah. And Togo, of course. That was a very happy time for me, Nancy.
Well, maybe
I can't
that's
tell
why.
you how thrilled I am you're
So
here.
she's a loner.
I get to see you
and
again,
she
and I get to
made
see Ireland.
Nancy.
I'm the one who's thrilled, believe me. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. I'm your maid of honor, remember?
I haven't forgotten.
Okay. Anyways, there's very kind and fairy folk. I mean, that's the same thing. Very kind and very hated. Hello? I just... Okay. Very good. And this, don't worry, everything. Yeah, look at this. Oh my god. Very beautiful.
I probably shouldn't put a large disc on.
You're right, you're right. Put it here. Wait, what was I doing? I don't even remember. Babe, you just laugh at me. You're like, well. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
This'll come in handy.
Oh, that is pretty handy. I played this once and I was like, it's too hard. I thought it was too hard. I didn't find it. I'm not gonna even bother. So it looks like we have to take another nope. Or nope. Not good. Oh.
Whoa, that would have been quite a fall.
There should be like a warning, like, do not let's go, do not $100. Okay, can I should we play? That's pretty easy. Oh yeah. Money. Very. It's the old team. Do I have all of you? I don't have that. Oh, the cat is above. And to the side. Oh. Like, I don't know. Sounds horrible. What it sounds like. goodness. This thing. I remember this guy. But I think it should actually be there.
No match for this, no master.
Oh. Right. Have to move me up and down right this will work. Blue, green, so green and a blue. Another green.
Just become father. Dare disrespect my bird.
Blue, green.
Dare disrespect.
I actually don't know. Fury.
I don't think I can jump that far.
And what's this for? For no good reason? That's probably the way it came in. you in a moment.
I shouldn't go messing with this without permission.
So I'm gonna take this. Usually, what is gone is through.
I would like a fortune.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Hi, you must be Nancy Drew. I'm Kit Foley. Ignore the eye if you can. Walked into a door the other day. Looks worse than it feels. I'm a bit surprised you're still here, given the circumstances.
I'm not sure I fully understand the circumstances yet.
That's because you've only heard Kyler's version of what's going on. Or worse, that daffy caretaker's version. Either way, it's unlikely you've heard the truth.
The truth being...
Matt isn't playing a practical joke, and he hasn't been kidnapped by fairies. He got cold feet and left. It's as simple as that.
Have you told Kyler?
No, I haven't got the heart. Or the guts. Take your pick. I mean, he loves Kyler, but she can be a handful. And he's no pushover either. Their relationship is so tempestuous, it scares him. She thinks once he makes a real commitment, everything will be fine. But he's not so sure. So he bailed.
Without saying anything to her?
Okay.
I'm sure he'll contact her in another day or two. In the meantime,
marriage
she's
is
in a
not the
raging
thing.
state of denial, and I, for one, don't see any harm in allowing her to stay that way. I seriously doubt he walked out on her for good. It's just that for Matt, marriage is way too much, way too soon.
When or how did you realize that Matt had disappeared?
Kyler and I went for a walk, came back, and the next thing I knew, Kyler was saying Matt was nowhere to be found.
Together?
Did you help look for him?
Kyler and I searched every inch of the place, inside and out, but it was the luggage that clinched it. When I checked the nursery and saw that Matt's suitcase and backpack were gone, it finally dawned on me that he had left and he wasn't coming back. Of course, by that time, Kyler had convinced herself that he was simply playing one of his practical jokes, and I couldn't bring myself to burst her bubble, so I didn't.
How come you sound so American?
Because I am American. My father's VP of International Sales for Krollmeister Incorporated. The company transferred him to London 15 years ago. I've pretty much lived there ever since. I just can't seem to pick up the accent.
It looks like you're drawing something. Are you an artist?
Me? Not hardly. I'm with a real estate development company. These are just preliminary sketches for a couple of projects we're working on. In other words, I'm doing homework.
Residential real estate or commercial?
Mostly residential. And let me tell you, we'd have a field day with attractive land like the one this castle sits on. Ocean view, easy commute to Donegal, bedrock foundation, readily accessible groundwater. That bog's a bit problematic, but a little sand, a little gravel, a little landscaping, voila! A cluster of 6, maybe 8 luxury homes amid a park-like setting that would sell like lightning.
Or you could just fix the castle.
I'd better get going. See ya.
Keep it real.
I can't just go snooping around, not with Kit right there.
Wait, right there.
Where are those lights in the tower coming from?
And just like that, they're gone. Uh-oh. Now let's put this in. I got it. Okay, here is a garden.
Wonder what that crow's doing in there.
Making Wait, I didn't even read it.
Wait.
Well, I'm gonna have to find myself. Honestly, I can't look at anything else. Can't look past. I think I was upset with this before. Oh, like, why can't I look? It's like yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh. Checklist. Yeah.
Did that. Still have to do that.
Oh yeah.
Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet.
Oh, I did
All
that.
done. Did that. All done.
Oh, yeah.
All done. Check. Check.
I am grateful for tasks. Oh, I gotta be careful. There's the plan. Oh, geez, wait. Where will it lead me? What will something circle? What a fairy circle. That's also okay. That is always a path that I wrote there. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, look at that.
What is that?
Something horrible.
That's a pretty big step.
You're right, I need a log or something. Because box. Where did he go there somehow? But there. To know one. Put some windows in there. I have gone everywhere. See on that side. Maybe we'll talk on this one. Just up in the rooms. Oh, apparently I have a key now.
Nancy, splendid timing. I just thought of something you can do for me. There's an old-fashioned printing press downstairs. Have you seen it?
It's so big, it's pretty hard to miss.
It came with the castle. My great-uncle Brendan had all sorts of gizmos and gadgets and machinery lying around. Anyway, when I saw the printer, I told Matt why not save some money and print the programs for the wedding right here. Problem is, Matt failed to get them done before he turned into the merry prankster, and since I have the mechanical aptitude of a bacterium... Would you mind finishing the job for me? You'd only have to print 3 more sheets, and the plate, the ink, the paper, everything you need is right there.
No problem.
Thank you, Nancy. You're the best.
I don't want to. Okay, I probably have to make these, you know. Well, oh, don't I have like a book? Okay. Didn't I steal a book? Any books on Lego? Why do I keep doing it? Like, why doesn't it let that? How did I get other things to show up before? There's something I'm missing. There's supposed to be. There's just something. Oh, found my phone. There's always like the little things that you're missing. You're like, I don't know. It's just being incredibly dumb. Ridiculous. Oops. And then 10. Really? Alright.
I'd better finish the rest of these before I go anywhere. I should use black ink to print the programs. I should use black ink to print the programs.
Why do I feel like that was the wrong thing to do?
Alan Payne. That's kind of weird.
Oh. Okay. Apparently they're leave. I'm not sure about that. Or whatever. They're like 3.
I'd better go tell Kyler I finished printing her programs.
Okay. Oh, it's a little glitchy, but
What's going on?
If you and Matt are best friends, how come he didn't make you his best man?
Matt felt like it would be a good move for him politically if he asked this guy he knows from work, Alan Payne, to be his best man, and I said, fine, don't worry about it. No big deal.
Have you ever been up in the tower?
Uh-uh. You saw the stairs, or what's left of them. There's no way to get up there.
I could have sworn I saw lights coming from it.
Perhaps it was the good people come a-calling on their good friend and all. Or maybe it was just reflected moonlight or something. So if you're thinking Matt's up there, forget it. Ain't no way.
I'd better get going.
that's very good
See ya.
expression.
See ya.
Well, now that I know where my phone is, I definitely do want to go back to Ireland.
Did you finish the programs?
Yep.
Sure did.
But I noticed that they say the best man is someone named Alan Payne. If Kit is Matt's best friend, why isn't Kit the best man?
Matt said that's the way Kit wanted it. He got here early too. But when Matt vanished, Alan was certain that Matt was playing a joke and refused to be the butt of it. So he went back to London, saying he'll reappear only when Matt does and not a moment before. You know, perhaps you should give Alan a call. 0044-020-7946-0481. He may have seen something while he was here that could help you find Matt. You'll have to use the phone down the road at the inn, however. My cell phone gets absolutely no reception here.
Did you know when you decided to hold your wedding here that half the place is pretty much rubble?
Oh, yes. Mind you, I didn't even know that Castle Malloy existed until Grandpapa died and I was notified that I'd inherited it, at which point the executor of his estate sent me pictures and assured me that despite its appearance, it was in fact habitable.
It looks like a bomb went off in it.
What way?
No doubt because one did. One summer night in 1944, this place, or half of it at least, just suddenly blew up. It was rumored that my great-uncle Brendan was working on something that involved a new kind of rocket fuel. He was killed along with his wife and young daughter. Apparently, they all just vaporized. Which, I guess, is why Denal claims the nursery, where the little girl spent most of her time, is haunted.
If Matt was staying in the nursery, where's his luggage?
Right there by his cot.
It's not there now.
But it was there, just last night. I remember seeing it when I peeked in to see if he'd finally decided to reappear. At least, I think I saw it last night. If it's not there now, perhaps Denal moved it, took it to storage or something. Because I know I saw it after Matt went missing. So it's around here somewhere, just like he's around here somewhere. I'm sure of it.
I'm just really not certain about this marriage.
I'd better get to work.
Good luck.
Thanks. Because I need it, but you need it more. Okay, gonna take a picture of this. Do what I be. Okay, I think I should probably save. Missing stairs. I didn't do that. That was me from a while ago. Screaming banshee. Okay, I'm gonna take. I swear this is like fairy-like or something. Here. Oh, it is Rainbow Day. It was until this moment. Anyways, this whole like your turn sleep do it just reminds it makes me think there's a spell or something going on. I think this is from one of the, I can't remember the Venice one, and then I think that is from Blackmore Manor. I think even the hairbrush might be. There's the doll from see not what you see. I swear these things are spells or something. And that's just creepy. If I walked in and that was happening, I'm running. That's what I'm doing. That's right. Put that otter. I'm just gonna have to practice. Yeah. So how is blown up? It's not so. Let's go to Baylor. The Irish flag. Okay, anyways.
Hello?
Yes, hi. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Castle Malloy. I'm Kyler Mallory's maid of honor.
Yes, I remember that name. Has Matthew finally put an end to that ridiculous prank of his?
No, I'm afraid he's still at it.
Ow.
But if you have a second, could I ask you some questions?
It should be a minute or two before my ride gets here. What's on your mind?
I don't know, like...
Did you see or hear anything strange while you were at Castle Malloy?
Yes.
If you mean, did I get the impression that the castle was haunted or enchanted or anything like that? No. Frankly, I was too distracted by the strange human goings-on to pay much attention to anything else.
What do you mean?
I mean, for 3 people who purport to be friends, it seemed to me they did an inordinate amount of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, the evening before Matt disappeared, he and Kit had a terrible row. I couldn't make out exactly what was being said, but they both sounded very angry. Furious, I dare say. In fact, the next time I saw Kit, he was sporting a black eye. And the next morning, Matt and Kyla had a go at each other. Nothing physical, mind you, and once again, I couldn't make out what was said, but I promise you, they were quite put out with each other. I was more than happy to bid the lot of them farewell, though I imagine I'll be returning to the castle before too long. Matt is bound to find his prank as tedious as everyone else does eventually. I must be off. Nancy, it was a pleasure venting to you. Hopefully before too long we shall meet in person. Cheers.
Okay, comment.
Hello?
Hi, Ned, it's me.
Hey, Nancy. How come you're not calling from your cell phone?
Well, let's just say you were right about driving and using my cell phone. Sort of.
You were in a car accident?
Yeah, but you heard me hang up, so I wasn't really talking on the phone. I just had it in my hand. Even though I did wind up in a ditch. I'm fine, but the rental car and my cell phone are pretty much history.
You drove into a ditch?
Something that kind of looked like a woman and kind of didn't ran across the road right in front of me. I had to swerve to miss her, or it, or whatever.
What do you mean it kinda looked like a woman?
It had all this long, wild hair, and it was wearing something flowing, like a dress or a robe. But its face, it just didn't look human.
Here we go again. You're in Ireland, not 2 hours, and what happens?
A mystery falls into my lap. A harmless mystery. Don't worry, Ned.
You're fine. Right.
Did I mention that Matt Simmons, the guy Kyler
yeah,
came here to
by the
marry,
way.
is missing?
The groom is missing?
She thinks he's just playing a practical joke.
Wait a minute. You and Kyler are there by yourselves?
No, Matt's best friend is here too. So's the caretaker, Mr. Delaney.
This guy Matt thinks disappearing less than a week before his wedding is funny? I'm no expert on marriage or anything, but I don't think that's a good sign.
I'd really like to get into the tower of Castle Malloy.
What's stopping you?
The lack of stairs, for one thing.
There are no stairs?
They were destroyed along with half the castle in a mysterious explosion during World War II. Apparently, the guy who lived here then, Brendan Malloy, was some kind of mad scientist.
Why do you want to get up in the tower so bad?
I saw some strange lights coming from inside it. Kit says Matt is no rock climber, but still, I can't help but think it might have been Matt.
Why would he be up in a tower?
Maybe that's where he's hiding out.
You just said there's no way to get in.
I know, but maybe...
He learned how to fly.
You're not helping, Ned.
Sorry, Nancy.
That's it for now.
She
It was
brought
great
it
talking
up.
to you.
Just what I was going to say. Bye.
There are those people you just talk to and you feel good. You have a few best friends.
Hello? Is this a sales call?
No, Bess, it's me, Nancy. I'm calling from a phone in Ireland.
Nancy, hi! George, get over here. It's Nancy. Hi, Nan. You'd better be having a great time there because you are missing an incredible time here. The Dunhills throw the best parties. You should see all the awesome pool toys they've got. And everywhere you look, some cute guy in swim trunks is standing over a barbecue grilling something. I'm in heaven.
Sounds fabulous. Be sure to wish Kathy and Carrie a happy birthday for me.
You know, one person I haven't seen is Ned. Yeah, me neither.
He's there somewhere. I talked to him earlier.
So, what's going on with you?
Matt, the guy my friend Kyler came here to marry, he's missing.
How can the groom be missing?
He came to Ireland with Kyler and his best friend Kit, but now he's nowhere to be found. Kyler is convinced he's pulling a prank.
A prank?
Apparently, he's a pretty big practical joker.
George
More like a pretty big moron. Do you think
Yeah.
he's pulling a prank?
Actually, I'm kind of thinking his disappearance may have something to do with a weird-looking person who ran across the road in front of me just as I got to the castle and made me drive into a ditch.
You wrecked your car? She gets in an accident and you're worried about some stupid rental car? Real nice, Bess. Well, Nancy's obviously okay or she wouldn't be calling.
Anyway, whomever or whatever I saw just kind of vanished right afterwards.
Just like the groom. Whoa. Incoming. Check it out. Oh my gosh.
Mm,
Guys? Hello? Bess? George? Anyone?
Sorry, we were hopelessly distracted by a truly amazing set of washboard abs.
Whoever ran out in front of my car dropped a handmade doll that looks like the missing
I
groom.
just don't
A handmade doll? That's kind of freaky. Dolls are
Yeah.
freaky, period. Who around there would be making dolls?
Kyler thinks I saw Matt, and the doll was just part of the practical joke he's playing.
Let me see if I got this straight. The guy thinks disappearing less than a week before his wedding, causing cars to run off the road, and making creepy dolls is funny? Not exactly best Marvin marriage material, is he?
No.
According to Alan Payne, Matt's best man, there was a lot of arguing going on just before Matt disappeared. Matt was
Best
fighting with
friend.
Kit,
Tell
Kyler
him
was
anything.
fighting with Matt. Alan said he went back to London to wait for Matt to reappear because he couldn't stand all the constant squabbling.
So all was not blissful in premaritalville, eh? Wait a minute. If Kit is Matt's best friend, why isn't he his best man?
Good question. Unfortunately, the person most qualified to answer it has disappeared. Did I tell you that Kit Foley has a black eye?
Why am I not surprised?
This would probably.
I found a draft of the vows Kyler is planning to say at her wedding.
Oh, custom written vows are so sweet.
Problem is, these vows have the words, "What am I doing? This is wrong," scrawled beneath them.
That can't be good. How do you know she was talking about the wedding? Maybe she was just frustrated because she couldn't put her feelings into words.
That's true.
Did you ask her about them? What's the point? If she is having second thoughts about getting married, she probably won't admit it, seeing as she's failed to mention it before.
That's true, too.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't suggesting that Kyler is behind Matt's disappearance, are you?
I admit that doesn't make much sense.
But it is a possibility. You two are terrible.
What would you two say if I said I needed a hint?
We would say, why ask us when you've got your very own fortune teller right there in the great room? Right, George? There's an old Irish
I
saying,
gotta take a.
when it looks like you might fail, go see Madame Ishabel.
That's not an old
Oh,
Irish saying.
no.
I know, but you get the picture.
I gotta write that down in notes. When it looks like you might fail, go see Madam. It should be all. Bye-bye.
That's it from here. You guys are wearing sunscreen, right?
Yes, Nancy.
Just checking. Bye.
This is a good.
So, you're not so keen on staying at the castle after all, then?
I'm staying there. I just wanted to talk to you.
Come to me for a bit of aid and advice, did you? Well, I've got none to give. Not till I got the day's troubles behind me and a crow's nest in front of me.
Huh?
The mix maid suddenly took ill, leaving poor Seamus on his own, running back and forth, trying to mix and serve at the same time. I heard her soon as I walked in, yet here I sit, dying of thirst. I'll do no talking till I get me crow's nest, and there's the sorry truth of the matter. But now,
This
were some
part.
spry and spunky lass to lend poor Seamus a hand by taking over the mixing for a while, that would surely speed the plough.
Let's talk about
Sounds good to
boundaries.
me. I'll see to it you
Nancy
get your
has none.
pros whatever ASAP.
Gonna play Mixmaid for a while, are ya? Well, here's what you're to do. I'll take the orders and put the tickets up here. Each ticket will have no more than 2 drinks on it. And to save time, I draw little pictures instead of writing out their names. The mixing book will tell you which little picture stands for what drink. It'll also tell you what's in each drink and how to make each drink. Now, to pour something, put the silver mixing glass under either the juice tap or the beer tap. Then, press whatever button the mixing book tells you to press. The book will also tell you how many times to press it. If the drink needs blending, you'll see a picture of a blender at the top of the column in the book. You're to put the solid ingredients into the blender first. Then pour whatever's in the mixing glass into the blender. Then press the red button. And when the blending's done, just reach under the counter and find the serving glass that's pictured in the book. Put the serving glass on the grey mat and pour everything from the blender into the serving
That's how we
glass.
get money.
If the drink doesn't need blending, just find the right serving glass, put it on the grey mat, and pour everything you've poured into the mixing glass into the serving glass. Then, add anything
lot of
else the book tells you to add, put the serving glass on the tray to the right of the ticket it goes to, and start fixing the next drink. Soon as you've made all the drinks on a ticket, ring the bell and I'll serve 'em up. Just remember, if the orders start coming thick and fast and the tickets start piling up, you're to make the drinks on the ticket closest to the bell first. Now, you'll be making no mistakes, I'm sure. But if you do, just toss the glass into the rubbish bin down there to the right and start over. Mind you, lass, you must do the mixing fast and proper. The quicker you mix, the more tips you'll be keeping. To work with you now.
Me just taking a picture of all them things. Okay, I need one tomato. Marshmallows, dogs, and horse. I need one tomato, one or four. I don't know what that is supposed to be. Okay. And then I know where this main killer, so basically orange soda. Bleeding horse. Okay, so one strawberry.
You did something wrong, lass.
One, one, one. Okay, who would have known? Oh wait. I guess that these are all the same. I've never even heard of that. And then the crow's nest.
Another round completed. All done and dusted, are ya? Thank you, miss. Take what's in the tip jar. And the next time you help out, you can keep the tips then as well.
Cool, too.
You make a mean crow's nest, girl. Well done. Now, I'm to tell you what happened to the Sassenach, am I?
I'm sorry, happened to the what?
The Sassenach. The
I'm gonna have to look
Englishman.
that up.
The one Kyler was supposed to be marrying. Well, what happened to him is this. The she took him. The good people whisked him straight off to their world, they did.
By the good people, you mean fairies?
Don't call
You'll
it
not
by
be
their name.
hearing me call him that. All of us have a name we prefer, and with them, the good people it is. So that's what I call him, and you'd be wise to do the same.
Just what are these good people going to do with him?
Whatever they please. He's in their world now, and he'll not be coming back.
True.
That's as much of the truth as we'll ever know. 'Tis not the first time the good people have seen fit to meddle in the affairs of Castle Malloy. Caused the explosion they did.
The one that destroyed half the castle?
Brendan, his wife, Caitlin, used to own this place, she did. Aye, and their little girl, Fiona. All three were lost to the world forever when the place blew. But the blame lay not with Malloy. It was the good people. They'd taken a shine to Fiona, is why. And they knew that little girls, no matter how much they're adored by wee folk or mortals, sooner or later, all little girls grow up and grow old. The good people couldn't bear to see this happen to their beloved Fiona, so they made full sure it never did.
Sounds to me like the good people are actually just the opposite.
They have their ways, and we have ours, is all. That's just the way of things.
He is
Got planned. I've little use for any Sassenach, but I took a disliking to this one soon as I laid eyes on him. Arrogant he was, cocky, disrespectful, foolish, always touching things he shouldn't, going places he didn't belong. Worse than a stray dog, that one was.
What about Kyler?
Aye, Kyler. She's different. She belongs here. It's in her blood. It's the reason she does naught but read up in the library. She'll not be leaving Ireland, mark my words. And if she winds up marrying Mr. Foley, all the better.
So Kit, you like?
Aye. He may talk like a Yank and live like a Brit, but there's Irish in the lad. I saw it right off. Little wonder he's in love with the girl. They'll make a fine pair.
Whoa, wait a minute. Kit's not in love with Kyler.
Blind, are you now? Loves her, he does indeed. He's all but wearing a sign saying so. He came to the wedding early to make sure there'd never be a wedding. Only the good people saw to that for him. Ah, the luck of the Irish.
The name of this place. Just what exactly is a banshee?
A woman, one of the good people, as alive as you and me, with wild hair almost as long as the tattered grey robe billowing up around her whenever she appears. Sometimes she takes on the form of a hooded crow, but it's the sound she makes, her terrible wailing, that strikes fear in the human heart. Because when a mortal hears the wail of a banshee, it means someone is about to die.
Usually it is, from what I read about banshees, is that they warn their kin. So it's usually someone lineage-wise.
I saw someone with long hair and a gray robe outside the castle tonight.
Seriously, dude.
Did you know?
It ran across the road in front of me. That's why my car's in the ditch.
Not till I was 54 did I see a banshee. To see one at your age, on your very first night in Ireland. A special lass you are indeed.
Sorry, on your very first night.
Do banshees ever leave things behind,
Be
like,
nice to the
say,
Irish
little
babe.
dolls?
real accent.
Do not be
okay?
mistaken banshees for Santa Claus now. A warning is all they leave behind about something that's coming and can't be
Or
stopped.
North.
Sometimes I hear this strange kind of
You're not-
wailing sound when
no.
I'm in the castle. Have you ever heard it?
These ears don't work so well now. Even the pattern of rain is beginning to slip by 'em. But the situation being what it is, by my reckon, a banshee, you heard.
You mean someone in the castle is going to die?
Aye.
Someone as in Matt?
How they know what they know, and why they do what they do, are mysteries far beyond mortal solution. But be assured, lass, someone at Castle Malloy is doomed.
All
I
right.
should get back to the castle.
Good night to you.
Maybe that's for another time. Oh. I'm gonna use all my tokens. Oh man. Okay. Oh no. Hmm. We're very great at this. Babe, who are you talking to? Okay.
Oh, it's another one, eh?
Hate these things. A flute. Oh. Yay! Back to Massachusetts. Wait, Kyler. Kyler and Kit. Kit and Kyler.
How's it going?
Alan Payne told me he overheard you and Matt arguing the day before Matt disappeared, and pretty much right before you walked into that door.
What were you doing talking to Alan Payne?
I thought he might know something that could help us find Matt.
I told you, Matt bailed. He doesn't want to be found. Look, like I said, Alan Payne doesn't really know Matt or me that well, okay? The fact is, he misunderstood what he heard. Matt and I have been friends for more than 12 years. We were just fooling around.
Fooling around? You ended up with a black eye.
I told you that was an accident. I'm clumsy.
What were you two talking about?
I forget. That's how inconsequential it was. Hey, I just remembered. Carla wants me to do the seating chart for the wedding dinner. Like I said, I can't bring myself to tell her there's not going to be a wedding. Anyway, I need to get to work on it, so you're gonna have to excuse me. Of course, you could always give it a shot. You just have to figure out where each guest should sit by taking into account their needs and preferences. What do you say?
That's okay. I think I'll pass.
No problem. You can always change your mind. 'Cause unless and until it gets done, afraid I'm gonna be pretty much incommunicado.
Alrighty.
You have a lead?
When I called Alan Payne, he said that on the day Matt disappeared,
think
you
we
and
have
Matt
a
had a
lead.
pretty big argument.
I dare say Matt and I have argued about one thing or another every day since we met. That's just how we are together.
Can you remember what you were arguing about?
I haven't the foggiest idea. Apparently, you should ask Mr. Big Ears Payne.
I'll catch you later.
As soon as you find out anything, let me know.
Yada yada. Okay. I'm going to save and then I'm going to leave.